Good evening. Welcome to the Cottage Park Yacht Club for our 27th annual kickoff dinner and awards ceremony. Thank you, vets. I want to thank Cottage Park Yacht Club, and in particular, Paula Smith, who's sitting right over there, who is the club manager, for assisting us and making this event happen. This is an event that the last few years has been at the Hyatt. They're under reconstruction this year, but it's nice to bring it back local. It's also very important that I couldn't change it to another weekend because this is a bye weekend in football, and we don't want to disrupt any other weekend at this time of the year. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Betsy Shane. I'm the executive director of the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank Ann Ward, who has assisted me tonight, and Barbara Flockhart in making sure that this event happens. Thanks. I'll let Ron sit. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit business organization whose mission is to work with the town and state government to foster the economic enhancement of Winthrop's businesses and business districts, so as to maintain a long-term economic vitality and growth. Its goal is to make Winthrop a better place to live, work, play, and do business. Tonight we gather together from all corners of our community to recognize those who have truly made a difference. The Chamber began these awards 27 years ago. Through these awards, we recognize service and volunteerism, two components which contribute to a strong community. A community is a group of shared common values. We're here tonight to honor those who have donated their time to our community of Winthrop. In addition to our award recipients, we have honored guests with us this evening who I'd like to recognize for their support of the Chamber and the community. First, Speaker of the House, Bob DeLeo. Senator Boncory, Joe Boncory. Town Council President and School Committee Member, Ron Vecchia. Town Councilor Heather Engman. Town Councilor Peter Christopher. Town Councilor Michael Usurdo. Town Councilor Linda Calla. Director of the Winthrop Public Library, Diane Wallace. Winthrop High School Principal, Matt Crombie. School Committee Member, Tino Banco Capo Bianco. Sorry, he's a late arrival. Sorry. And School Superintendent, Lisa Howard. Other people I'd like to recognize tonight is John Macero, who is our Masters of Ceremony. Once again, thank you, John. Buddy Mangini from the East Boston Chamber of Commerce. And we have three past town council presidents here tonight: Tom Riley, Peter Gill, and Russ Sanford. I also want to thank all the teachers who are here tonight. Thank you for the work that you do every day for our children. I'd like to introduce Father Walter Connolly for the invocation.
Hello, Winthrop. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. God of grace and wonder, we gather as your people here in Winthrop this night. We give you thanks for your blessings, for the servants, the leaders, and the volunteers that have graced this town. We gather to celebrate them and give you thanks. We ask you to bless our gathering this night, bless the hands that prepared it, those who will enjoy it, and bless us to serve you. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
We start a new year filled with optimism. This evening is our kickoff dinner and our award ceremony. We're kicking off a new year with a new board of directors at the Chamber of Commerce. It is my privilege to introduce a very hardworking and committed group working for the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce and for their support of us in the office who are running the organization. I'd like to introduce to you the 2018 Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. As I call their names, would you please stand? And those of you, hold your applause. I know it'll be difficult, but hold your applause until everyone's been announced. I'm going to start with the two who aren't here tonight. Joe Clark from Seaview Ave Trust is unfortunately able to be with us tonight because he's in Aruba. That's the way we feel. And Brian Perrin from Brian Perrin Law Office has got a family event, so he could not be here tonight. But the members who are here tonight: Tom Hankard, Webster First Federal Credit Union; Ernie Hardy, Cottage Park Yacht Club; Michael Acerto, Incubate Co-working in the next generation of sweats; Christine Millerick O'Keefe, Elliott Whittier Insurance; Stephen Quigley, Independent Newspaper Group; Russ Sanford, Level Line General Contractors. Coming back to the board, Mark Wallace, Winthrop Marketplace. Yeah. Clerk. No, we got to give him his award first. Our new clerk, Vin Recchia, Chestnut Hill Wealth Management. Our Vice President, Marianne Russo, East Boston Savings Bank. And our President, back again this year, Paul Levy, Woodside Ace Hardware. Please join me in welcoming the 2018 Board of Directors of the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. I now want to present our Board President, Paul Levy. If you want it.
Thank you. Last year. Thank you. One person I think we failed to recognize tonight from the town who, believe me, when you smell smoke, when your basement's flooded, when you got that pain in your chest and you're not sure what it is, he's the guy you want to call, Chief Paul Flanagan, my friend. Well, welcome everyone. I am back again for another year, and I'm happy and proud to do it. Our goal is to continue to provide value to our membership, to help foster the economic enhancements of Winthrop's businesses and business districts, and to maintain long-term economic viability and growth. I would like to thank you for your support of the various chamber events. Your support allows us to continue to contribute to the betterment of the Winthrop community. On behalf of the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, I wish to congratulate our award recipients. Enjoy this evening, and thank you for coming. And now, it is my honor to introduce someone who works continuously and tirelessly representing Winthrop, who has Winthrop first and foremost. Please welcome our representative, Speaker of the House, Bob DeLeo.
Thank you very much, Paul, and congratulations and welcome back. I don't know if you ever really left, but welcome back anyways. But congratulations to you and to all of the board members, and a sincere thank you to all of the members for the great work that they do. And I also want to mention the unbelievable work which a lady by the name of Betsy Shane does, by the way, as the executive director. Congratulations, Betsy. A shout out also to our new town council president and longtime friend, Ron Vecchia. Congratulations to you and to all of your board, the school committee, and especially some of the newer members who were just recently elected to both. I also wanted to mention, as was mentioned earlier, about Chief Flanagan and Terry Delahanty, Lisa Howard, Steve Caller, and a lot of the leaders of all the various boards and whatnot that we have in our community and town departments. We are so fortunate to have them, and right now I think we probably have some of the strongest crew that we ever have. So I wanted to thank them sincerely as well. One other person I wanted to make sure that I congratulate here tonight is our state senator. He was recently appointed as the chair of the Committee on Transportation. So you, in a relatively short period of time, I can tell you that's a great appointment. So I just wanted to make sure, really, to say how proud I am and all our town should be for our state senator, Joe Boncore. Congratulations, Joe. So if your bus is running late, if your train is running late, talk to Joe Boncore. And to all of tonight's recipients, the Antique Table, CASA, Mark Wallace, Karen Kalinda, Stephanie Vassilos, Cormac McPhail, Ava Bettino, Cottage Park Yacht Club, Richard Lawton, and the Vietnam Vets Post number 146. Congratulations to all of you. I think we all have to realize what this night, I think, really gives us the opportunity to do is to make sure that we don't forget it is those folks who do the type of work that they do on an everyday basis, people like we're honoring tonight, is what makes Winthrop a special place to live. So to them, congratulations. And thank you to the Chamber. We are so fortunate to have a Chamber of Commerce is ranked as one of the top chambers in the entire state. Congratulations to them, and thank you for the great work that you do. In addition, whether it's a beach party, the Christmas gathering, the Halloween walk, or whatever it may be, we really have a very special chamber. Congratulations. And I also want to mention that the governor is going to release the $25,000 that will be coming to the chamber hopefully very soon. And they're also reconsidering for those town employees and retirees and whatnot. I think hopefully this week you will find that the GIC is reconsidering their what they were going to do relative to insurance. So hopefully that will be addressed as well. But again, thank you so much for inviting me. Congratulations to all of the winners here tonight. And I appreciate the opportunity to address you tonight. Thank you very much.
So next I want to introduce the senator, who I should probably just have the speaker introduce the senator. He gives you such a hard time, Joe. So Joe Boncore, a local resident of Winthrop, decides in 2016 he's going to run for the state Senate seat that's available. He is now our state senator. He's on a number of different committees, so anything, it sounds like the speaker's saying, that goes wrong, call Joe. But again, we've got another person from Winthrop on the Hill who's supporting us, as well as he covers Boston and parts of Cambridge. It's okay that you go across the river. I used to live over there, it's all right. But I'd like to welcome and help me welcome Senator Joe Boncore to the podium.
Thank you, Betsy, very much, and I'd like to also thank the Board of Directors under the leadership for the last three and a half years of Paul Levy for an excellent job the Chamber does in this community of growing the economic base in this town, helping businesses come together and moving this board forward, but also what they do in the community, whether it's an old-fashioned day at the beach or the tree lighting in the center. The Chamber of Commerce does wonderful things in this town, and we couldn't be more proud. And I'd like to say to the town leadership that is here, Councilor Vecchia, the new councilors who I have the pleasure of sitting with tonight, congratulations to you all. You all should be very proud of our department heads. When the bomb cyclone hit a couple weeks ago, I know the speaker and I were with the lieutenant governor taking a walk around. It was incredible with the school department, the DPW, and of course our fire and police department, how they all came together, but really how this community came together. What we saw was a lot of neighbors helping neighbors, and that's what makes this town a wonderful place. And what can I say about the previous speaker, Bob DeLeo, who, as much as he's risen on Beacon Hill, he's never forgotten where he's come from. And it's important to note that last year when he was elected Speaker of the House, he is now the longest serving Speaker of the House in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I think that's very noteworthy. And like you said, if your trains or buses are running late, call me. But any problems with Logan Airport that's still in his purview, make sure you give the Speaker a call, 617-7. But really, me and the Speaker get out a lot, and we go to a lot of these events. But I can tell you, this is an event I love coming to every year, because this is an event that personifies and displays what the very best of Winthrop is. The very best of Winthrop is all of you, your honorees tonight. It's our teachers, it's our business leaders, who aren't just our teachers and our business leaders, but our neighbors, our friends, our coaches. And I want to make special mention of, I saw tonight my old coach, back in the day for Winthrop Youth Soccer. I played for a team called Liberty Market, and I recognize that Mark Wallace is getting honored tonight. And when I looked at the program and saw that, I said, what took so long? You know, Mark Wallace is an example of a great business leader, someone who set up his family generationally. His sons live in Winthrop. He's a contributing member of this community like you all are, but he's also a volunteer at heart. Thank you for the encouragement you've given me, Mark. And as a kid, and even now, he's still encouraging me to do more and press harder. But to all you recipients tonight, thank you for making this town what it is. Congratulations, best of luck, and thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Next, I'd like to ask our new town council president to come up and give us a few remarks from Town Hall. Ron Vecchia.
Thank you, Betsy. So Betsy says, can you come up and say a few words at the banquet? I said, sure. I said, now, DeLeo goes first, right? Yeah. Then Boncory goes next, right? Now, they're going to probably speak for about 15, 20 minutes. She says, no, don't worry about it. Just do your thing. I said, so how long do I have? She says, you got 15 minutes. But anyway, no, I'm only kidding. But listen, I am so pleased and honored to be here tonight representing the town council, many of whom are here this evening, the members, and also Terry Delahanty, who could not be here this evening. He sends his best to everyone. But it is really a pleasure to be here because this is what Winthrop is all about, honoring people that go above and beyond in a particular category that they, flourish in, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a town worker, whether it's an entrepreneur. And it is so important that we take the time to honor these folks, and the Chamber has done it for many, many years. What did you say? This is 27th? 27th annual, so it's great. But I enjoy being here tonight. Congratulations to all of the recipients, especially my wife. I have to point her out. She's being honored with CASA tonight. Thank you for all you do. But thank you to all the recipients tonight.
Thank you, Ron. I need to do one more thank you, and then we're going to get the program started. A business that has assisted us as the Chamber forever, and we just are incredibly grateful, is Paul W. Marks. And I just want to recognize Brian Marks tonight, who's here and who just says, Betsy, if you need something, call me. So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Paul W. Marks. We really appreciate all the support that we get from you. I would like now to ask you all to help me recognize our Masters of Ceremony, John Macero, who we're going to turn the evening over to and get started. John?
Thank you, Betsy. I'll stay close to it. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, this room is filled with very extraordinary people tonight. And this promises to be a very special evening. So, would you all please take a minute, switch your phones to vibrate, turn them off, whatever you can do would be great. In addition tonight to a plaque from the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce, our recipients will be presented with official citations from the House of Representatives, the State Senate, and the Winthrop Town Council. I ask the recipients that after you have accepted your award, please stand to my right as you will have your picture taken. So with that said, we're going to get right on with it with the Youth Leadership Award tonight and to present the Youth Leadership Award is our high school principal, Mr. Matthew Crombie. Matthew?
Thank you very much, Mr. Massero. I'm honored to have the opportunity to present the awards to the youth leaders this evening as principal of Winthrop High School. The Chamber determined the categories for these community awards and knew when designing the Youth Leadership Awards, the school would help them with the nominees and recipients, because the Chamber recognizes the importance the next generations of leaders provide. The Winthrop schools know these leaders, and the recipients exemplify this award. This year's Youth Leadership Award goes to an outstanding member of the junior class who has made many contributions to Winthrop High School over the past few years. This recipient has excelled academically, making the honor roll each of the past 4 years of high school. She has served as class president since her freshman year, is known for being selfless and leading her class with integrity. She is a first-year inductee to the National Honor Society and was selected as the Winthrop High School Student Leader of the Month this past October. She is a member of the varsity volleyball team, the Drama Society, student government, student council, the junior class social committee, and the outdoors club. Ava Bertino, the daughter of Robin and Michael Bertino, and sister to younger brother Michael. She enjoys acting, singing, playing the guitar, creative writing, and hanging out with her friends. She also likes spending time with her family and credits her parents with motivating her to always put her best foot forward, to take chances in the name of progress, and to live life to the fullest. She is goal-oriented and pushes herself to be the best she can be. Undoubtedly, Ava has a very bright future ahead of her. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is proud to present the award for youth leadership to this exceptional young woman, Ava Bertino.
Thank you, Mr. Crombie, for the introduction, as well as the Winthrop High School faculty and administration and the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce for this nomination. Mr. Crombie, I cannot express my thankfulness towards you for guiding me through every event we have ever put on. Thank you for being so helpful. Also, to the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce, I'm so humbled by this award, and I want to thank you endlessly for nominating me. I am overjoyed to accept this award on behalf of myself and Winthrop High School. Growing up, most kids hear, be a leader, not a follower, and myself included. I quickly realized, however, that I was born a nonconformist, the painfully shy kid. When we played popular board games, apparently it was my obligation to completely ignore the rules and make up my own, and it was always important for me to do it on my own, which became a problem in elementary school when we had to work with other kids. Group projects were naturally not my thing. I would always end up taking on the organizer role and kind of doing the whole thing myself. Out of necessity, I began to realize that everyone had something unique and valuable to offer. And if I wanted to take on the role of the leader, whether it be group projects or playground games, it was up to me to recognize who was good at what to help us succeed. Fast forward to 8th grade. I decided to run for class president, and I won. Needless to say, I was shocked and overjoyed at the same time. Over the course of the next year, I served as an advocate for my class. Being a part of the high school that year meant that I had all of the obligations of a high school student, attending school committee meetings, organizing dances, and leading meetings, the whole 9 yards. It made me realize something in myself, that the desire to be the boss and not conforming to the rules as a child could turn into something greater. It made me realize what a true leader is. Being a leader to me is someone who can persevere through change and overcome obstacles while inspiring and guiding others. A leader is one who never lets their guard down in the face of adversity. And a leader, most importantly, can communicate and negotiate effectively. I have been fortunate to serve as class president since then, and it humbled me to be a part of a class made up of intelligent, extraordinary people who have made the experience so rewarding. I have an amazing group of friends that support me in everything I do and constantly have my back. They remind me not to take myself so seriously, injecting humor when needed. Student government has opened so many doors, including MASC leadership camps, student council, and more. I owe most of the leadership skills I have learned from these organizations. I have taken full advantage of these opportunities and will continue to do so. Being a part of my volleyball team has taught me teamwork and camaraderie and a special kind of team love, helping me grow as a leader. I want to say thank you to my family who has come to support me as they sit in front of me. I want to thank them for their boundless love and their devotion to supporting me no matter the circumstance. Thank you to my 2 sets of grandparents who have always been my support system and making time to encourage me always. I'm honestly blessed to have them in my life. My aunts who have helped raise me and continue to be a force in my life. Thank you to both of my parents for absolutely everything. My mother's imagination, creativity, drive, and love inspires me every single day, showing me what kind of person I want to be when I'm older. And my father's love of community, charitable nature, and the positive outlook he has have had a profound influence on me when trying to look on the bright side of a negative situation. Thank you to my baby brother, which I don't know if he knows, but for helping me realize the impact I make and for all of his care. I see more and more of myself in him every single day. Collectively, they have raised me to be kind above all else and have shown me nothing but kindness. Lastly, again, I want to thank the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce as well as Mr. Crombie and the high school administration and staff. For the Chamber of Commerce, I am so overwhelmed with joy from this award and so grateful to live in a town where organizations make this possible for students to embrace leadership. Thank you for selecting me as one of the recipients for this award. Also, thank you to Mr. Crombie and the Winthrop High School for this nomination. I'm so thankful to be a part of this school, to be able to show all the skills that I've learned from all of you. Once again, thank you all for believing in me to carry out this nomination. Thank you.
This year's male recipient of the Youth Leadership Award has consistently demonstrated leadership and success throughout his high school career, both in and out of the classroom. He was a recipient of the Vikings Freshman Basketball Coaches Award in 2016, the Vikings Outdoor Track John L. Griffin Unsung Hero Award in 2017, and was named captain of the indoor track team this year. He was named Athlete of the Month in September for setting the cross-country course record with a time of 14 minutes and 13 seconds on the 2.68-mile Deer Island course. He is an honor roll student, and he belongs to the Junior Social Committee, the Outdoors Club, the STEM Club, and the Viking Longships Project. He is also a counselor at the 21st Century After School Program. Cormac is the son of Daniela Foley and Warren McPhail and brother to younger sister Fiona. He credits his many teachers for the positive impact that they have had on him along the way, especially his 6th grade teacher, Mr. Kirby, his 7th grade teacher, Mr. Farnsworth, and his Viking Longships instructor, Mr. Skane, who taught him the importance of motivating himself to reach his full potential. Cormac plans to pursue a career in science and engineering and will most certainly find success in all of his future endeavors. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is proud to present the award for youth leadership to this exceptional young man, Cormac McPhail.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Crombie and Mrs. Howard. I would also like to thank the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, Executive Director Betsy Shane, and the high school faculty for recognizing me for this award. It's a huge honor to be noticed by my community, and I'm incredibly grateful. I wouldn't be here with the help of my family and the many outstanding teachers and coaches who I've worked with over the years. I plan to continue to contribute and work hard to contribute to my community. First time. In the future. Thank you and congratulations to all the other award recipients tonight.
Wow, huh? Those kids are outstanding. The speeches, their way they talk, the way they work. Telling you, Winthrop, you have something special when it comes to our students. Know that. So congratulations to Ava and Cormac. I know how proud your parents are, and we look forward to watching you grow as leaders. So now we're going to move on to the next award, which goes to those who have gone above and beyond in the work for the town of Winthrop and its government, demonstrating a commitment to the civic good. Here to present the Town Service Award is Mr. Ernie Hardy.
Thank you very much. The Chamber of Commerce has been sponsoring this annual awards dinner for 27 years. I have always been impressed by the quality of the recipients in the various categories. This year is no exception. Dick Lawton's parents moved to Winthrop in 1942 and bought 186 Circuit Road in 1943. Except for 15 years, Dick has lived here all his life. He graduated from Winthrop High School, Tabor Academy, and Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. After receiving his Bachelor of Civil Engineering degree, Dick immediately went into the construction industry, spending 41.5 years in construction management. Dick and his family love the ocean and boats. They are all active at Cottage Park Yacht Club, where Dick is a past Commodore and life member. He has spent 65 years sailing on boats ranging from 12 to 127 feet, with many fond memories. He's also a life member of the Elks. Dick enjoys having his family, children, and grandchildren nearby so he can watch them grow and mature. As a matter of fact, I think all of them are living in Winthrop. As I mentioned previously, Dick has very much enjoyed commercial building projects, some of which include high-rise residential, healthcare, retail, and sports projects, such as 1 Beacon Street, the AstroTurf at Foxborough Stadium, the Chestnut Hill Mall, the Square One Mall in Saugus, the second floor of the South Shore Plaza, and the residences of the Colonnade. When you think of projects like these, I think of how lucky we are to have Dick representing the town of Winthrop on our local projects. He has been a town meeting member, served on the Board of Appeals, on the Gorman, Fort Banks, and Cummings School building committees, and the Harbor Management Committee. He also worked closely with architects and construction management on the recent middle high school building project, the Miller Field project, and represented the town at weekly construction meetings. Dick's wealth of knowledge and expertise were a critical factor in bringing the middle high school projects on time and under budget. The town owes Dick a tremendous debt of gratitude. I am very proud to present the Town Service Award to my longtime friend, Dick Lawton.
Thank you, Ernie, the Chamber, and all who had part in honoring me with this award. Although the list of committees seems rather lengthy, I can honestly say by no means did it seem that way to me. Dick Dimes appointed me to the Board of Appeals in 1973, and the next thing I knew, Joe Aiello was asking me to be part of the Middle School Site Review Development Committee in 2017. I thoroughly enjoyed serving on most of the committees. Yeah, there were a couple. I particularly enjoyed working with and attending weekly meetings with the professionals on the new middle high school. After all, it was what I did during my 42.5 years, Ernie, before retirement. Only then I was on the other side of the table as the construction manager rather than the owner's representative. I am glad to have been able to contribute to this town where I have lived and enjoyed for over 70 years. I would also like to thank my wife, my family, for their understanding and patience during my absence to attend all those meetings. Although maybe they were glad to see me out of the house. I never quite knew all of that. I told Ernie and Betsy I would be brief, so I'll thank you once again and sit down and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Dick. And now aren't you happy I gave you that call 6 years ago to come back and be on that middle high school committee? And then I called you again to be on the field committee. And I'm going to call you again when we're doing it in Stoneham, so don't worry. The past Distinguished Service Award is given to a chamber member who has provided valuable service to the chamber over his or years of membership. Tonight, to introduce our past Distinguished Service Award is a person who himself is a past distinguished person who just recently did not run for town council president, but has served 12 years on the town council, and very proud of his work and service that he's done for us, Mr. Russ Sanford.
Normally, the recipient doesn't come up until we introduce him, but I'd like Mark Wallace to come up and stand next to me. Mr. Wallace?
So we're going to hope that you guys are done before dinner's done here.
If you don't mind. Stand right here and don't say anything, okay?
Remember, I have a lot of things here. They're going to change. They're going to change.
What an honor it is for me to present to one of my, if not my closest friend, Mr. Mark Wallace. Those who know us know how close we are, especially our wives who say it all the time. We talk just about every day, and we talk about what's going on. And on the other days when nothing's going on, the conversation will start with, hey, what's going on?
That was good.
Stay right with me. And occasionally we'll throw in a, what's happening? Just to change things up a little bit. This happens daily, whether we're on vacation, we're in a snowstorm, or whether we're at the beach. Aruba, maybe, Florida, Mexico. Don't say too much. But that's what makes us good friends. Lots of times he or I, especially him, during a conversation will say, hey, remind me to fill you in on something. And my response will be, okay, but you said that yesterday. And on and on and on. What that really means is, in our own mind, and especially in Mark's mind, is to say, I've got a lot going on. And we do. And we remember some of it, and we forget most of it, and we blame it all on the 70s. However, the Past Distinguished Service Award is given to the Chamber of Commerce member who has provided valuable service to the Chamber over his or her years of membership. Mark Wallace is getting this award because he is a valuable and created so much service to the town of Winthrop, the Chamber, and his community. Mark stepped up from the Board of Directors last year and came back to focus on the Chamber while balancing many other projects. And that's why he's back here tonight. Also, he found out that he was getting the award. Only kidding, only kidding. Mark has worked for the town for the last, or worked in the town for the last 35 years. First for Liberty Market, and then opening up the Winthrop Marketplace, along with his late partner, Frank Caridio, Karen Higginbotham, and the rest of his team. The Winthrop Marketplace is a full-service grocery store that opened in 1999 and has served, as some have said, many generations, my daughters included, but we have generations upon generations. When Liberty Market closed, Mark saw a need and an opportunity, and he believed in the town of Winthrop. The Chamber of Commerce supports all local businesses supporting their success and assisting them in their marketing and representation and helping them and the local economy to grow. I got more pages here than I need, I guess.
You told me I'm on a time limit.
Stay right there, buddy. Mark is a perfect example of local business. The marketplace is often the first to place a 16-year-old to get a job and to get hired and learn how to work. He works with these kids, their schedules, while setting a great example of their work ethics. The marketplace is the largest private employer in our town. Mark enjoys the challenges of operating a business in a very competitive market. How do you compete with the big stores nearby? He makes it personal, and he listens to his customers. Any day you can walk into the store at the marketplace and find a nonprofit, a school group, a family in need, or someone sitting at the table selling raffles for tickets to raise money for some cause. Mark does it because it's the right thing to do. You can talk about Mark's accomplishment, you can't talk about Mark's accomplishment without mentioning his greatest accomplishments. His wife, Sherry, of 41 years, his two sons, Mark Jr., Chris, who is now part of the Marketplace team, and their wives, Jamie and Julia, and his grandchild, Maya. Mark has been with the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce for over 30 years. He is a past winner of the Chamber Business of the Year Award and also received the Business of the Year Award from the Retail Association of Massachusetts, which is a big to-do, especially for a small grocery store. We ask our recipients what hobby, interests, and et cetera they might like to add. Mark said fitness, working out. Really, anybody who's not seen Mark walking to the gym, working out, and walking home, he's actually broken his Fitbit twice. He also likes a good glass of great wine or good bourbon. Mark coached CYO basketball Along with me, we had a great team, Little League Baseball and youth soccer. He said, I have had the opportunity to work with over 1,000 Winthrop residents and their children, and to see individuals grow and to prosper, and to play smart ball and to make their lives and make me very proud. As a longtime friend, I am very honored and proud to give the Past Distinguished Service Award to my good friend, Mark Wallace. I told you we had something going on.
Well, my time is up right now, so thanks, Russ. First, I would like to thank the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce for this prestigious award. Thank you to Russ for the kind words. And I wasn't going to put that in, but you did speak pretty good, so I have to say that. So thank you. We have had a friendship for over 30 years, and our wives start to wonder, but it's been a great friendship. We met while playing basketball together, and at the time, Russ was a chamber board member. Russ encouraged me to become a board member with him for the Chamber of Commerce. Once on the board, our friendship grew, and I had a chance to meet more business owners and fellow board members. This helped me get a better sense of the community, and I quickly became part of the Winthrop fabric. I learned how business and customers were so tightly woven together, and each had a great opportunity to support his or her fellow neighbors and friends. And I can't tell you, just before I go on, how much this town really means to me, and how the people in Winthrop really work together like no other community I've ever seen. My time in Winthrop started when I began overseeing the supermarket here. While working there, I had an opportunity to talk with many of the residents, organizations in the town as they shopped in our store. I not only learned about their food preferences, but I also acted as a sounding board for community members with regard to town issues. I got to see firsthand the passion the residents had for this community, and I felt obligated to do something about it. By being a board member, I was able to bring these thoughts to the chamber board and to do my part to implement changes, excuse me, and make sure all voices were heard. After the Liberty Market closed, I felt there was a need and opportunity for an independent grocery store in town. There's where, and I got to say this, and excuse me, but I owe a lot to my past partner and his daughter now, Karen Higginbotham and Frank Caridio, who Frank was a class act and a great businessman who taught me a real lot. So I just want to thank them and thank Karen also. You know, one difference between running a store and owning a store is that we're able to make decisions on a much quicker scale. We can quickly fulfill customer requests and can also set up displays as we see fit without having to wait for corporate to allow changes. The Winthrop Marketplace has allowed us to give many of the youth their first jobs in this town, and I see them becoming major successes, and very, very proud of that. Furthermore, we have been able to assist in quite a few fundraisers, as Russ took my thunder on that also, and donated to many organizations in the town. Along the way, the Chamber of Commerce has been there right with us, helping with our permits and guiding us through each step of the process. What a journey it has been. And speaking of the Chamber, I really want to say a special thanks to Chamber President Paul Levy, who's been a major support, and I thank you very much, Paul. There have many been ups and downs, but the people of this town have definitely made it worth it. This is why this award is very special to me, because it comes from the board of directors that I've worked with for many years, and the Winthrop community, that I know I'm not a Winthrop townie, never will be, I guess, but has embraced me as one of their own. I've done my best to give everything I've had to this community, whether it was coaching for many years, from CYO, Little League, and soccer. I have coached or worked with, and I'm this is probably the highlight of my career, I guess, over 1,000 youths in this town over the years. So I'm truly grateful. I'm truly grateful for that. I want to give special thanks to my family and friends that have been there with me all the way. To my two sons, Mark and Chris, thank you for all your support. To my two daughters-in-laws, Jamie and Julia, you have been the greatest addition to our family. To Karen, her husband Kevin, who Kevin came in as a contractor, and that's a whole different story. We were out, we didn't have a meat person. Kevin Higginbotham came in, and we were going through a rough time and really kept our company going. So thanks, Kevin. To Kevin Machichi, thank you for everything you have done. You should probably be getting this award because you're that special, and I cannot thank you enough. To Amy Machichi, to Robbie, to Tippy, who runs our front end like the sergeant, drill sergeant she is, but is the best. To Michael and John, I hope you stay in this business because you're both really, really great. And I also want to say a special thanks, okay, who keeps me somewhat grounded, is my beautiful granddaughter, Maya. It's been the joy of my life. And finally, I cannot leave this person, obviously, who is my wife, Sherry. For always being the rock of our family, supporting me in everything that I've done, and you are the best. Again, thank you, Chamber, and everybody have a great night.
Thank you, Mark. And I was correct. You guys did take the whole dinner time for your speeches. So now hopefully we can get everybody else in during the dessert. To present our next award is the Patriot Award, and here to present that is Vin Recchia. Vin?
The Patriot Award is given to those who have demonstrated a love for town and country, exemplifying the American spirit. The American Legion Post 146 Vietnam veterans are this year's recipients. Individually, some have received this award, yet we wanted to honor them as a group that they are, Vietnam veterans. This group runs the Memorial Day Parade and weekend events, raising the money needed so there is no expense to the town. They do the same with Veterans Day, and they maintain the flag and the Five Sisters. If you need them at an event, they are always there. Rose, Veteran Services Agent for the town of Winthrop, and a veteran herself, can't say enough about these men. She said, "Most important that I want to get across is that this group goes over and above for our veterans in town and pretty much everywhere else. They allow us to use the Legion Hall for my food bank. They give me donations at Christmas for Winthrop military families and veteran families. If they are needed for honors, they are there," and so forth and so on. They're motivated by honor, tradition, camaraderie, getting other veterans involved, and helping the community. When we notified the recipients of these awards, we added a form for them to complete, giving us some information about them so we can introduce them. This is some of the things that we were told. The group is anywhere from age 60 to 75. They are Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, and they are brothers. We asked a question about hobbies, interests, or special skills, and here's what they wrote. Skills. When we are out as a group, people know we are there. We sure do, and we thank you. The Winthrop Chamber of Commerce is honored to present the 2018 Patriots Award to Vietnam veterans from the American Legion Post 146. Come on up, guys.
Thank you, everybody. We, as the Vietnam veterans of the American Legion Post 146, are honored to receive this award. We were very surprised to receive this award. One of the questions asked was, what motivates us to do what we do? And I said, how do I know? We just do it. We just do it. And then I thought about it. I said, that's not a good answer. And I'm thinking, we do it because the veterans before us did it. And we're next in line. It's our turn to pay back. We do have a sense of duty and obligation to the community and to other veterans. We do as much as we can do when we can do it. We do all the flags in town. We do all the poles and memorials that you see on the streets. We'll climb a ladder and we'll put new flags up. We put the flag up on the breakers in the spring and we take it down in the fall. We try not to hurt any piping plovers. Definitely, because they do frown on that. They do frown on that. But most of all, I would like to thank everybody here, and I appreciate the award given to these men today. Thank you very much. God bless everybody here.
Our next award is the Excellence in the Arts. It is given to an individual or group who makes a lasting contribution to the arts and the Winthrop cultural scene. Here to present the award for Excellence in the Arts is Stephen Quigley.
Good evening. Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, and each of us must play many roles in our lifetime. Our next recipient certainly exemplifies this sentence. Karen M. Kalinda has always been active on stage and in the last 17 years in the wings at the Neil Shapiro Performing Arts Center. Karen grew up in Rhode Island, attending St. Mary's, Bayview, and went on to Boston University as an acting major and received a degree in English from Providence College. She then finished her educational studies, receiving a Master of Arts in Theater Education from Emerson. Since 1997, Karen has been a teacher in Winthrop, first at the middle school and for the last 17 years at Winthrop High School. Among her accomplishments, Karen has received the following awards and recognitions. She was inducted into the St. Mary's Academy Bayview Performing Arts Hall of Fame. She has directed 4 Massachusetts Educational Theater Guild Drama Festival productions and being part of the state champion Winthrop High Drama Society in 2017. Asked what her top 2 accomplishments are that she is most proud of, Karen said, her family, husband David, and children Ty, Sage, and Phoebe, and the life that they created in Winthrop, and seeing her students grow and flourish. Please welcome wife, mother, teacher, coach, and Winthrop resident, Karen Kalinda, this year's Excellence in the Arts Award recipient.
It is a tremendous honor to be recognized by the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. I would first like to thank the Chamber for this award and for all that they do to enrich our community. I have had the pleasure of being a drama teacher in the Winthrop Public Schools for 20 years. Wow, time certainly flies when you're having fun. It seems like only yesterday that my father drove me to an interview at a middle school in a small town outside of Boston that I had never heard of before. Now, this town is my home, and this community is so dear to my heart. Thank you first and foremost to the students of the Winthrop High School Drama Society, who inspire me each and every day. Yeah. My students are funny, creative, hardworking, intelligent, and immensely talented. I thank them for their trust in the process, for their collaboration, for their dedication to excellence. I feel so honored to be part of their life's journey. I'd like to extend my gratitude to the drama parents, a special breed. They sew costumes, sell tickets, attend each and every performance, run lines, and deliver dinner. But most importantly, they value and they celebrate their child's artistic endeavors, and that means everything to the students and to me. Thank you to Superintendent Lisa Howard, Principal Matt Crombie, and my amazing dedicated colleagues in the Winthrop Public Schools for seeing the value in what we do and supporting us at every turn. I want to say a special word of thanks to John Massaro, former Superintendent of Schools, for leading the charge to put us into our new home, the breathtaking Neil Shapiro Center for the Performing Arts, a state-of-the-art Broadway caliber theater. John and Trudy are true champions of the arts in our community, and I appreciate their enduring support and friendship. Thank you to my mom and dad who are here tonight for always encouraging me to pursue my dreams. To my husband David and my children, Ty, Sage, and Phoebe, who are always so proud of the work that I do. Thank you for your love and support. Winthrop is indeed a special place. It holds the arts in high esteem. Thank you to the community for supporting the work of young artists. I am truly fortunate to be an arts educator and do what I love every single day. So to be here tonight to be honored for that work is simply amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen. I will tell you, leaving Winthrop was a difficult decision last year, but leaving that drama department was even more difficult. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see the opening show this year or even see the dinner theater, the Winthrop Drama Society has got the Patriot way. It's next man up. They are a machine. They are unbelievable, and the credit goes to that young lady over there, Karen Kalinda, who does that great work. Thank you. Our next award is the Chamber Member of the Year Award. The Chamber Member of the Year Award has been given for the past 27 years to an active member who has shown strong commitment and supports the advancement of the Chamber's mission. It recognizes a Chamber member who is actively involved and willingly helps the Chamber. Here to present the Chamber of the Year Award is Councilor Mike Lacerdo.
Good evening, everyone. I half expect like this is the big award ceremony where I'm opening up an envelope here to announce this. And maybe we can work on that next year so everybody doesn't know exactly who's getting the award. A little bit more suspense. In a small town like Winthrop, the idea of business and personal, they are not separated. Everything that we do here in this community is both business and personal. And so there's a lot of official questions that we ask different people who get these awards, but I'm going to skip those and go straight to the personal. This award, the Chamber Member of the Year last year, was dedicated to Belle Lieberman. Who remembers Belle? A round of applause for Belle. As someone whose family owned and operated a business in the center for multiple generations, I can tell you the personal story that my first memory of the center is actually of Belle. It's not of my own business, but my memory of Belle. She had two mechanical birds in a cage that every time a young child would come in, she would turn and you would watch the birds chirp and she would play with you. Needless that I know that, basically this was just to distract us so that my mom could pick up everything off her racks and, buy every piece of clothing that was in there. But anyway, this year's award is presented to our host for this evening, the Cottage Park Yacht Club. Not only is the Cottage Park Yacht Club hosting us tonight, but they're also the Chamber's host for so many other events, including our 10K dinner, the Sip of Winthrop, numerous breakfast meetings, and in February they'll be co-hosting a meeting with the Chamber, Robert Paul Properties, and the developers of Suffolk Downs. The club's hosting generosity goes far beyond just the Chamber, and they're very philanthropic. Annually, they also host a Make-A-Wish Regatta and numerous other charitable events. The Yacht Club is an excellent place to showcase Winthrop. and what we're all about. The people here are warm and welcoming, the space is charming, and the views leave a lasting impression on everyone who ever comes through here. Another personal story for you. So you might be having a glass of wine tonight, and they might say Sips for Scholarships on them. That's an old event that I used to do here every single year. This was for a national scholarship fund. So people from all over the country would come here and enjoy these views. And I can tell you for certain that every single year, someone would come here and be astonished by Winthrop, and they would move here afterward. It is that powerful. So thank you very much to the club for representing the chamber and our community as well as you do. And I'd like to thank this year's award recipient and call up Commodore Thomas Schlitzing to join us up here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think you might have read over some of my speech, so. Did you copy me? Cottage Park would like to welcome our award recipients, our dignitaries, past and present Commodores here, and guests tonight. I figured I'd do a little history of the club, because many of you probably don't know. The CPYC was an old steamship dock that would carry some of their passengers from downtown Boston to Winthrop for summer vacations. In 1902, the ferry company announced that it would stop the ferry service. The then passenger terminal was then turned into the Cottage Park Yacht Club. The clubhouse that currently stands was built in 1928 after a fire destroyed the building in 1926, the original building. The club consists of about 400 members with varied interests. We do bowling here, billiards, darts, monthly social events that we have. We have sailing, power boating, and most of all, we do a senior sailing program also. We also do a youth sailing program for kids, for kids from 8 and up. That is phenomenal. We end up with 60 or 70 kids every single year, and it's such a great event. Our pilot house is a small little pilot house in the corner. We have food service in there. We're available for lunch and dinner, and the event is appetizers and all that. We offer men and women bowling leagues. We have our own bowling over on the right-hand side there throughout the year. We also host many events like the Make-A-Wish, Blessing of the Fleet, the Commodore's Ball, just to name a few. The club hosts many championship regattas also during the summer, and in the winter months, the Frostbiters can be seen out on the water on the weekends. We have sailors out there all year long. The Cottage Park Yacht Club would also like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for their events that they hold here at the club. Chamber $10,000 dinner, Sip of Winthrop, and also some of their monthly meetings. I would like to take this time to thank the Chamber for this award tonight and our commitment to helping the Chamber in all town events that are held here year after year. Thank you very much.
Thank you to the Cottage Park Yacht Club for all your support to the community and to the Chamber. Speaking of community, the Community Service Award is presented to an individual or group who has contributed to the community in a meaningful way over a span of time. Here now is Christine O'Keefe to present the 2018 Community Service Award.
Thank you, John. Welcome, everyone. I feel a little compelled to say thank you to all the recipients, but especially to Karen Kalinda. She came to Winthrop when my daughter, Brianna, was in middle school, and she brought the middle school kids after probably a year or two to Eat Like a Child. I'll never forget that show. It was a fantastic show, and thank you so much for all you continue to do all these years. Thank you. So there are many components that go into making our town of Winthrop a vibrant and desirable place to live and work and play. We have a combination of assets here that very few towns can say. We are close to a world-class city. We have beaches. We have ocean sunrises. restaurants, the golf course. You know the drill, right? Everybody knows. I'm preaching to the choir, but we also have something that we suffer from, and something that is very painful to many of us, but it's something that is not unique. And that is the struggle that every other city and town in America has, and it's a struggle with addiction to opioids and other substances that destroy lives and destroy families. But thankfully, we have help that is unique in our town, and it is in the form of our next recipient, CASA. CASA is a longtime member of the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. They help those that suffer and those that love them cope by providing programs, awareness, support, and connection to recovery coaches in Winthrop. And as of late, CASA now has a youth advisory board that work to go out to the kids right there in the schools and talk to them and let them know that CASA exists. Many remember CASA's original name, which was Communities Against Substance Abuse, but that has changed to Community Action for Safe Alternatives. And it all started in 1997 when Marianne Lounsbury and Brenda Curry, one of their children, Marianne's son, came and said, there's something going on, drugs, alcohol, and it was kind of pushed under the rug a little bit at the time. It was so long ago, people didn't want to talk about it, but these two moms, because of what the son said, decided to take it forward, and they formed CASA. And so it's changed from something that hasn't been talked about to something that needs to be talked about. We need to remove the stigma so that people will not feel ashamed, they will seek help, and they will be able to have access to the resources. And that I believe, and I'm sure that the director will tell us soon, what the main focus of the mission is right now. And which also goes hand in hand with the recent police and law enforcement initiatives which say we want to decriminalize to some degree the idea of people who are addicted and people who are struggling and treat them more with treatment rather than criminalization. So from the grassroots effort back in 1997, CASA has now grown into a 5013C organization. They have representatives from over 12 sectors of the community, including schools, law enforcement, youth, parents, business owners, the chamber, concerned residents, healthcare providers, community leaders, and now the youth peer group that support CASA's mission and all of us in our community. And I don't think there's very many of us who can say if we're not directly affected, then we know someone who is affected. CASA has told us that their involvement with the chamber has allowed them a platform to engage the community and to increase participation in CASA-related activities, because by engaging with the chamber, they get some access to business owners that they might not normally have an opportunity to get in front of. So if you're a business owner, a community member, and you hear CASA, take a moment and listen and see if you can help in any way. So as a member of the board of directors of the chamber, I'm very honored to call to the podium the executive director of CASA, Ms. Amy Epstein, and whoever else on your group would like to come up to receive the 2018 Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Community Service Award.
Thank you so much for having me. On behalf of myself, as well as CASA's board, staff, and coalition members, we're so honored to receive this year's Community Service Award. Thank you to the Chamber, Christine, Elliot Whittier, for acknowledging the work of CASA here tonight. I would like to briefly recognize our board and staff here with us this evening. President Mary Lou Osborne, clap. Vice President Linda Vecchia, our Treasurer Diane Wallace, our Secretary Kathleen Duffy, Board Member Father Walter Connolly, Board Member Stephen Ruggiero, our Director of Diversion and Community Liaison, Leanne Rizzioni. And we have 3 Youth Advisory Board staff with us tonight. We have Brian Kalemi, We have Taja Thomas. And we have Evan Delidi. Our accomplishments would not be possible without their commitment, hard work, and dedication. We would also like to take a moment to pay tribute to Nancy Williams, whose passion for CASA and its work was evident to all who knew her. We would not be where we are today without her over 15 years of service on our board, including serving as our board president until her passing. We know she would be so happy for the support of the Chamber and business community. Since its establishment in 1997, CASA has worked with Winthrop's residents and community leaders to raise awareness and educate the community at large on a variety of health-related issues. Our goal is to improve the quality of life for all Winthrop residents and provide a safer community for children and youth. When we ask our friends in long-term recovery what they think is the most important strategy for battling our opioid pandemic, they without hesitation identify primary prevention as the solution. CASA works upstream to reduce risk factors and increase protective ones to stop misuse before it begins. We operate solely on grant funds and donations and are about to embark on a major fundraising campaign as our largest grant will be coming to an end this fall. We would like to take this opportunity to ask you to help us by supporting these efforts so we can continue to serve youth and families and create healthier communities for all. We invite you to learn more about what we do by attending a meeting, coming to an event, or following us on Facebook and other social media. Share our posts, tell your friends and family about our work, tell people about us, and get involved. On a personal note, it has been a pleasure and privilege to work in such an amazing town with the opportunity to meet so many smart, warm, and welcoming people who love and care so deeply for the community they are a part of. I am inspired by the constant, genuine willingness of all to make life better for their neighbor. The biggest honor has been to work with your amazing youth community. They teach me so much every day and are surely proof of a bright future for Winthrop. As a coalition, we aim to represent all of the community of Winthrop. We know that with a collaborative effort from all, the exceptional people that make up this very special town, we can continue to grow and foster a safe, inclusive, and welcoming community free of stigma. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, CASA, for all the great work you do. Thank you, Mary Lou, for being the chair. Our next award is for educational excellence. As you see, we have many wonderful and talented administrators and teachers here tonight in the audience. To name a few, you've heard we've had Mr. Crombie and Ms. Howard. And now, we're going to present an award to a teacher or faculty member who represents all educators. One who exemplifies the qualities of a good teacher, involvement in the community, high professional standards, respects, dedication, and commitment to academic values. This year, to honor and to present the year's Educational Excellence Award is our 2017 recipient, Ms. Judy McGee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to congratulate the recipients of this year's Chamber Awards, especially to Ava Bertino, Cormac McPhail, the student award winners, and my friend and colleague, Karen Kalinda. I put Candelmo originally. As a former drama mom, I've witnessed her, thank you, John. I've witnessed her in action, and it is Oscar-worthy stuff. Tonight, I'm so proud and honored to introduce this year's recipient of the Education Excellence Award to my dear, sweet, sparkly friend and esteemed colleague, Stephanie Vassilos. I am in awe of Steph, her dedication, passion, generosity, and endless energy are something to be marveled at. Steph has been a speech and language therapist at the Winthrop Public Schools for many years. Her work in this area is legendary. Her evaluation reports are epic. She is a champion for all of her students and never hesitates to take time out for each and every one, even when there's no time. She makes it. She's been a mentor to so many, even before it was an official position. Stephanie has been very active for years in the Winthrop Teachers Association, most recently as treasurer. She's the Sunshine Fund queen at the middle school, but her unofficial position is that of the consummate party planner, the decorating diva, the hostess with the most is hot too, life of the party, and does she ever love her bling. Steph is always promoting staff spirit, camaraderie, and just plain fun. Steph has friends wherever she goes. Whether she's relaxing with her beach buddies on the Cape in the summer, spending every break in Naples with her dad, dining with her besties on Friday night at De Palma's, or maybe just shopping for her next luminous ensemble at Marshall's. Stephanie has so many friends, but her heart is her sweet girls, her beautiful daughter, Allie, and her adorable little granddaughter, Lainey. She lights up when she talks about them. Stephanie is a dedicated mother, grandmother, daughter, and sister. Those are her favorite roles. So now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce you to the 2018 recipient of the Educators Excellence Award, the woman who always lights up a room with her sparkling presence and who shines both inside and out, my dear friend and colleague, Stephanie Vassilos.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you so much for your wonderful introduction. It means a lot to hear such kind words coming from you. It's beautiful. I love it. It's wonderful. Thank you, Winthrop Chamber of Commerce, for honoring all of us this evening and giving us the opportunity to be here tonight to celebrate. I want to thank my dad, who is a hero, and who is my hero and role model. I'm so proud of him for all of his accomplishments as a retired rocket scientist and as a college professor. I thank my mother, who was a beautiful person with style and grace. She's always in my heart. I want to thank my sisters Artie and my sister-in-law Kate, who've supported me in so many ways. My beautiful daughter Allie, who I have watched grow from my little girl to an amazing mom herself. And to the newest member of our family, my granddaughter, 9-month-old Lainey Rose, perhaps a future Winthrop High School 2035 grad. Okay, Matt, hope you're still gonna hang in there. I'm so blessed that they're in my life and grateful for each day we have together. Thanks to all my friends, some who go way back to childhood growing up here, some who were my teachers back in the 70s, I don't know if anybody here from the 60s, and to the many others who I spent over 25 years working with at the old Winthrop Middle School. And you all know who you are. Many of you are here tonight celebrating this honor with all of us and me, and those who aren't, I know your hearts are here. Thank you to my administrators, our previous superintendent, John Massaro, our current superintendent, Lisa Howard, pupil personnel director, Jen O'Connell, my Winthrop Middle School principal, Brian Curley, and vice principal, Justine Franzese, and to special support from my chairperson and good friend, Nancy G. Gregorio, for 29 years with her time and support, helping me. I want to thank you to my Winthrop Teachers Association for their leadership and the time I was with them and now, and to all my peers for nominating me as the Excellence in Education recipient 2018. I'm accepting this great honor for all of us, as we all deserve recognition for the work we do in the field of education. I love our tiny town by the sea with all my heart. I was born and raised here, received a great education here, and I continue to be a resident. I'm proud and happy to be giving back to the community that gave me so much throughout my life.
The philosopher Aristotle said, he's Greek, by the way, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. And that is what I practiced in my classroom every day for the past 29 years as a speech and language pathologist at Winthrop Middle School. I encourage my students to think with an open mind and feel with an open heart. As a communication therapist, I encourage my students to exchange and share information they learn and experience, all their thoughts, their feelings, their interests and ideas, in a meaningful, relevant manner to others. I always inspire them to do their best. I have the pleasure of working with my students, each one of them, throughout their middle school experience, to the time they move on to high school. I get to watch them grow, to change, and achieve their goals. Middle schoolers are unique individuals. At this age, they're learning about themselves and finding ways to be independent. I try to help them find and develop the beneficial skills and strategies that they need to be successful. It's my goal to make sure that they are prepared for any academic or social challenges that they may face in the classroom and in life. Every student I teach is a gift to me. I treasure each and every one. The rewards I have are many, but the most heartwarming are the students who come back to visit and to share what they're doing in their lives. I'm always proud to hear about all of their accomplishments, knowing that we, all of us, had a hand in making them who they are today. As I near the end of my career, I want to thank all of the students, the parents, and colleagues who I've had the pleasure of working with through the years. They're a part of my life, and I've learned so much from working with all of them, as I hope they have learned from me. Every child I work with, every memory I have, every day I have had the honor of teaching is different, like every heart-shaped stone that I collect on the beaches that I walk. They remind me that the most ordinary of things can become extraordinary. So my parting gift to all of you is a heart-shaped stone from my own little collection that comes with a positive word to ponder, to remind you of a child in our community, a special child in your life, your own child, or a teacher that had an impact on your life. May this small piece of me remind you to always keep an open mind, an open heart, and an open door to someone in need. I thank all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Stephanie, and thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Chamber of Commerce President, Mr. Paul Levy, will now present the final award of the evening, the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year. Mr. Levy.
Well, good evening once again, and we're coming to a close. It's my favorite part of the night. In 5 minutes, I can have a drink. I'm happy to be here presenting what I think is probably among the most important awards, and that's the Business of the Year. We're all about business in the Chamber, and to be recognized as the Business of the Year is quite an honor. We define this honor, or we look for a business that has given to Winthrop with dependability, integrity, upholding the highest standards of customer service and business ethics. The antique table was the brainchild of three friends, Carlos Soto, Mario Perez, and executive chef Abraham Gallego. They opened their first restaurant together in 2008 in Lynn. We're lucky that we also have an antique table now here in Winthrop. That came to be when Abraham, who lived in Winthrop, and his two partners decided to open up another restaurant, and Abraham said, Winthrop is the place to be. And they were right. They took an old bait and tackle shop, if you remember Bob's Bait Shop, and turned it into really a special, comfortable, nice place. When you walk in, you're going to find it to be
comfortable, great ambiance. Those of you that frequent maybe the bar know Stephen LaMonica, who's always there to greet you with a friendly smile and a great story. It took some time for the antique table to open, you might recall. People were anticipating. There was talk about it for probably over a year in Winthrop. Everybody wondered what was going on. Most people blamed the town, said they wouldn't give them the permit, so they wouldn't do this, or they wouldn't do that. Well, that really wasn't the case. They had issues with utilities and bringing in a large gas line to support the ovens and the stoves. So that was the story for why it took them so long to finally open. These guys are never rest on their laurels, though, and after opening, they decided to build a patio out back. If you've been to that, what's now actually a room, started as a patio, the back room, beautifully decorated. Then they decided to open up their takeout place, Piccolo Piatti, which means little plates. Their goal was to supply great food, restaurant quality food, but for takeout. And if you've been there, they've achieved that. It's a great, great place. The Antique Table has always been willing to help the chamber, help the community. We certainly appreciate that. And on February 25th, they will open their third Antique Table, this being in Salem. Most of us don't travel that far, so we probably won't have an opportunity to try it, but I hear it's going to be great. Maybe you can arrange a weekend or something and get up there and see what happens. So, thank you. If you're looking for fresh-cut pasta, slow-cooked sausage, and a friendly staff that makes you feel at home, you should take a seat at the Antique Table. It's my pleasure to present Oscar Guerrero, who will accept the award for the Antique Table Business of the Year.
Good evening, Winthrop. How's everyone doing? Must be tired, ready to go home. I am really, really honored to receive this recognition. It means so much to Antique Table, and we do apologize. Carlos couldn't be here, or Abraham, or Mario. They're caught up with our business as we are opening more, but I am here. I'm a great representation of the company, and I just want to say thank you to Betsy Shane, the Chamber of Commerce. She's always checking in with us, making sure we're okay. Ron, Vecchio, thank you so much. You guys support us. And this is such an amazing night. I don't live in Winthrop, but after tonight, I definitely want to move to Winthrop. The Chamber of Commerce and the community, that support that we get, it's really appreciated. We have a great business model, but it can only work if we have the support from the community. And it's evident that through your support, this is why I'm able to stand here. So thank you so much. Our business, the majority of our customers, 80% are all regulars, which most of you are sitting here tonight. So all of your faces are familiar. So thank you for the support. We're gonna continue our tradition to give you the best food, the best ambience, and friendly services. I wanna thank the town hall as well. You guys just rock. Thanks, Ron, for making sure we got our paperwork on time, our permits. Paul Flanagan, I don't know if you're still here. You know, every time they come in, it's an amazing experience to be able to serve you guys. So thank you so much. I want to take this award, and I'm gonna put it there, but this award doesn't belong to us. It belongs to you guys, Winthrop. So thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our awards. So once again, I personally want to thank all our award recipients. And now, to close our evening, I would like to bring back up the Executive Director, Ms. Betsy Shane.
Thank you, thank you. Don Kearney, I think you're the only one that got forgotten from his whole, because you're licensing board, and they're also really appreciative of you, and we are of you being here. Hopefully everybody's had their cake, they got a little coffee, the bar's still open for a little while. It's the end of the evening. It's certainly been a wonderful one for us. Thank you, John, for what you've done. Once again, thank you to 2018 Board of Directors for the Winthrop Chamber of Commerce. I want to acknowledge media coverage by WCAT, which is Mike Mahoney, who came back down from college at Salem State to help out tonight, and Mike Cabral, who helped set things up too. In addition to that, Stephen Quigley, who is here from the independent newspaper, which is the Winthrop Transcript, and many more, who's also here this evening. In addition to that, I just want to thank Spinelli's for taking care of the catering, but also to all of you, thank you, Spinelli's. But to the 2018 award recipients, you know, we're, again, a business community, but as small businesses in this town, we need all of you as you need us, and we all need to be working together in order to keep making sure that Winthrop grows and prospers. So I want to thank both Youth Leader Awards, Ava Bertino, thank you very much. See her over there. Cormac McPhail, Town Service, Dick Lawton. It's hard to use these words, but past distinguished service, but still active, Mark Wallace. Patriots Award to the Vietnam vets of Post 146. Thank you guys for all that you do and have done. Excellence in the Arts for Karen Kalinda. Thank you, Karen. The Belle Lieberman Chamber Member of the Year Award, Cottage Park. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you very much, you guys, all of you. Community Service for CASA, for all that you do and continue to do. Thank you very much. Educational Excellence, Stephanie, thank you so much. There you are. And Business of the Year, Antique Table. And also to every single one of you who come out here to support your community, support your businesses, support us, spend your Saturday night with us instead of at Antique Table. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The bar's open still for a while. We, again, thank you very much. Have a great night and have a great weekend. Thanks.